All right. What is up, guys, gals, non-binary pals? This is Naomi from House of Miscellania on my first live streaming adventure. I don't know what I'm doing, so we're going to do it together. The reason that I'm doing this in the middle of the night is so that I don't have to broadcast it to anybody and embarrass myself all alone. I can just do this alone. It's perfect. Perfect. Um, so welcome. I am actually working on Catch Me from Diamond Art Club. Pretty awesome. Colors looking a little dark. I might mess with that a little bit. We're seeing where the wind takes us, you guys. Um, it has been a grand adventure. I have been there we go, that's a little better. I have been super excited for there to be 125 subscribers as of this morning. I saw it and I freaked out a little bit. That was a good time. So yeah, I just it's not something I was prepared to see after yesterday's 100. And then, today there hasn't been any movement. And like I'm not even going to YouTube's algorithm is very strange, and so it is what it is. I have decided to just do a whip and chat sort of thing live because I didn't know what else to create, and I just really wanted to test and see if I could even get this going. To be honest, I I'm not I'm not tech stupid, okay, but I'm also not super tech savvy with certain things. Like I can figure it out once I've started messing with it or whatever, but really wanted to give it a try and see what would happen, see if anybody would turn up. I mean, it's no big deal if nobody does, but I just really wanted to get one under my belt so that the next time I don't have to be nervous or anything like that. So, anyway, um, adventures. I have not really done too much in the way of like leaving the house lately, only because it has been really cold out. Live in the Midwest, so weather has been all over the map. Um, Not loving that, but I've been kind of just staying in the house because of it. And I had to leave the house today to go get some documentation for the new job. And as far as I'm aware, you guys, the new job is officially official of Tuesday. As far as I know, that's my start date and nothing has changed. So we're gonna count on that being the final answer. I just really hope I don't get any bad news in the meantime because, stuff happens. Um, just it's sort of like, you know, being an expectant mother and maybe a little older and in your first trimester and being afraid to like share the news. I've been really afraid to share the news because I don't know what's going to happen. There are some like extenuating circumstances as to stuff in life that I'm not really going to go into. Not yet. Maybe later in my YouTube venturing, but for right now, no. Um, that cause jobs to kind of fall through, and I just really hope this one doesn't. Um, so why whip and chat for my first live stream? Well, that's just what I picked. I've pretty much decided that I'm not gonna make this like a face channel or whatever. Um, because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a self-conscious thing or what have you, but it's just not what I want to do. And so, yeah, you probably will not see my face or like a reveal. At least not yet. But we're gonna see how that goes. I think I'm live right now. I don't even know, to be honest. I'm not even sure. I'm not seeing myself on the stuff, but at the same time, like my OBS says I'm live. I don't see anybody in the chat. I don't know what's going on, you guys. So if I'm live and I'm just talking to myself, um, yeah, we'll see. I don't know why this is not working, but I think I don't know. It says connect streaming software to go live. And I'm pretty sure unless I'm live on Twitch right now, which would be weird. Let me see what's going on here. It's showing me. Okay. Oh, hello, Laura. I can't see anything, so I don't know. I've just been sitting here rambling. Cool. Okay, so I'm going live. You guys got good picture? Can you see anything? Like you can see my hands? That's exciting. I'm testing the live for the first time. It's the middle of the night. What is it? Oop, bump, sorry. It is like 11 o'clock at night. I've decided just to see what's what with the live because I've gone live on Twitch before. I have not gone live on YouTube. Um, so anyways, I believe I start the new job on Tuesday. That was the word as of today. We'll see if anything changes. Um, and I wish I could see how many viewers there are. Like all it shows me is on my screen anyways, is a chat. And then when I try to go to YouTube, it just shows me like that it's connecting, but not, I don't know. It's very weird. So maybe, nope. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to see it. Like I said, it's an adventure. It is an adventure. It's not showing me like viewers waiting or likes or any of that. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. As long as I know somebody can hear and see me, then we're good. But and I think it records automatically to YouTube anyway, so somebody can have a good laugh at this later. Um, but yeah, starting Tuesday, as long as everything works out okay. Why this is good for my mental health. Now, granted, diamond painting has gotten me through some stuff lately, just the imposter syndrome stuff, the just negativity I've been feeling about job prospects. And, when you're a woman of a certain age, I'm not like elderly or anything, but I'm over 40. And so, there's reasons people don't hire you because you're older or whatever. It's funny because like everything that I've applied for, I'm probably overqualified to do. Hi, Chantel. How are you? Loving the purple hearts. Um, I keep bumping my cord. Um, so, when you're a certain age and you're trying to find employment, like some people don't want to hire you because of that or whatever. And so, yeah, it's been a struggle. The struggle is real. There's so many places that are hiring, but nobody's hiring, if you know what I'm saying. Like it's crazy. Um, you know what? Yes, I'm excited you're here too because we figured why not do a live whip and chat? Why not? Let's do it. Let's work together. Um and I always have something to talk about because, you know, my kids are tired of listening to me, so I figured you might want to listen to me. Um so yeah, I don't get hired and then I'm like, "Ugh, what is wrong with me? Am I broken? Am I damaged goods?" Because I'll tell you what, in my 20s, it wouldn't have been a problem, but eh. The job prospect that I'm supposed to be starting on Tuesday is um, working at a specialized school for children with autism or other learning disabilities. And warned that, kids might kick or bite or misbehave, which I mean, it's to be expected. I understand that, autism is a different journey for every child that has it. And so that is what it is. I've also spent the last several years working with people with dementia. So, like, autistic kids don't really make me nervous. In fact, I love working with kids, and I'm super excited to be working with children rather than aged adults. Um, it's it's starting at a different point in the adventure, you know? So, because as much as I love working with the elderly, I feel like it would be nice to work with kids instead. You can spend only so long working with somebody who's at end of life. Are you guys able to see? Yeah, you can see what I'm working on. I'm like hoping I have everything in frame. Um, it's just very different. It's a very different situation, and um I've been working with elderly people for so long now that I don't wanna say that I am at all calloused to the crossover portion of the process because I'm not. Um, but I do feel as though I am much less maybe upset than I would have been at the start of that than I am now. I just don't get as worked up or, whatever. I've even been asked, like, "Do you even care?" Of course I care. Of course I care. Probably care too much. But on the same token, I've seen it enough times. I respect and understand the end of life process now better than I did when I was younger and just starting out. And so, it's a change. It's one of those parts of living that you have to is the dying part of it. So, being that I guess, I could be slightly calloused on the idea of end of life care, I wanna try something new and different. And with my caregiving background, I figured that taking care of kids, would be a nice change, like I said, and uh it would be a adventure that I'm not necessarily as used to. I've worked with kids lots. When I was working at the Renaissance Fair, the cast that I was director of primarily worked with kids. We taught them how to do maypole dances. We sang songs that were, kid friendly. We performed in a place in the Renaissance Fair that was called Kids Kingdom. Oh man, I could probably tell you guys some stories about Renaissance Fair because it's for all ages. It's like the most fun you can have in the, whatever century they happen to be set in. Ours was set in the 16th century, but lots of fun that I've had at Ren Fair. Oh my goodness, lots. Lots of good stories too, but I worked primarily with kids. And the cast that I directed was anywhere from ages 6 to 60. So very diverse cast, people of every color, creed, religion, culture, you name it. So it was a wonderful experience in that way to work with kids of all varieties, teaching them how to do maypole dances, spending one-to-one time with them. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I also used to be a part of a program when I was a child that was called Families in Schools Together, and it was a program for at-risk kids, kids from, disadvantaged backgrounds, which I was. I come from a pretty poor upbringing in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of ways, but I was part of the pilot for that program, and then when it was brought to the town that I live in, like, later on, they had kind of updated it to include kids with IEPs and um, kids who need a little extra help or kids who have some emotional disturbance, and so I don't it's not like I'm completely unpracticed with working with kids that have special needs or what have you, learning disabilities. So I have some experience in the field. I'm not too scared about that, but I think they wanted to give me the realities of it, which are kids, especially with autism, bite or they will cuss you out for seemingly no reason. A lot of emotional outburst, and it's like, I'm not scared of that. I once you've been told by an elderly person to basically in not nice ways go take a long walk off a short pier, kids really can't hurt my feelings. Um, and it's not like there's a lot of control in what they say or do in that respect. So, not too nervous about that. It's a drive for me. I'll be commuting to work about 35 minutes either way, which is not a bad commute. And the pay is decent. I'm excited about that. And so I have kind of made some plans in regards to content and then, how I'm going to keep up with content and working because the difference between where I would be working now and where I was working are the amount of hours. I was putting in ridiculous clock time at my last job. I mean, to the point where I was getting thousands in just overtime pay. Now, I'm gonna miss getting thousands on my check for that reason, but I also am not going to miss, I don't know, possibly dying of a stroke or a heart attack. So it'll be a regular everyday schedule, Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, like the dream, right? And then no weekends, more the dream. I celebrate my sober birthday in July on the 4th of July week every year because I got sober on the 6th of July. That'll be my sober birthday coming up, God willing, higher power willing, whatever you celebrate and believe in. But, so long as I keep my P's and Q's and dot all my T's and cross all my I's, I should be good to go, right? Yes, I said that on purpose. Um, so I'm given the week of the 4th of July off at this new job. So just there's so many perfect aspects of this job that I am excited. Very, very excited. So you guys will have to tell me in the comments, what are you working on currently? Are you listening while you're working on a piece? I am working on Catch Me from Diamond Art Club. Okay, is anybody else wetting themselves over the fact that we are getting both a Yume? Oh, I'm sorry, 3. A Yume, a De Erico, and a Morales tomorrow. I'm sorry. I showed my husband, I'm like, my stash that is now at like 90 is gonna have to go up a little bit more. Sorry about it. Not sorry about it at all. I was like the if you have not seen the sneak peeks, um, Rachel Ray has a sneak peek in English. Izzy has a sneak peek in Izzy's the one that speaks Spanish, I believe, or Catalan. I'm not sure if it's Spanish or Catalan. And then there's a version in German. I cannot think of her username. Just forgive me. I'm sorry. But there are sneak peeks in 3 languages out there right now for the Morales. It is a gorgeous piece. She is, surrounded by hydrangeas, which are one of my favorite flowers. I love hydrangeas. The colors are dreamy and just beautiful. Oh, a good book. Yes, 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 yes. Love me some Randall Spangler. Gotta get you some of that. Um, but it is, yeah. Ooh, reclining leopard from Dreamer Designs. Can I be honest with you? I enjoyed my first piece from Dreamer Designs that I worked on, which was Symphony. And then my second piece from Dreamer Designs was in rounds. My second piece from Dreamer Designs currently it's a work in progress, but it's Spirit. Okay. I'm not sure if it's an older kit because I got it out of D-Stash or what is going on with it, but, like, the glue is not gluey. The diamonds themselves are just I don't know if they're just cheap. They seem like they're resin, but the black is just basically, I would say, a 15 to 25% garbage. Nothing is sticking. I'm just having a lot of trouble with it, and it's such a different experience than what I had with my first piece. I'm like, "What is going on?" So I haven't worked on it because it's been so frustrating. In fact, I started working on this one because I didn't realize, like, basically all of my whips are squares. I have, Grand Canal and Basilica Venice going. I have, oh, what else? I have, uh I gotta think about all the pieces I have going. Oh my goodness. I have Spirit. This one, I had I have this really cheap unlicensed kit going. I quit in the middle of it. Like, I don't know. I picked it up after not touching it for a month and all of the diamonds are falling off because of course they are. Like, duh. Um and yeah, I think that one is just going to stay a work in progress piece to show as a cautionary tale, but I was really surprised. I was really, really surprised. So I'm glad that you have a good, yeah, and gapping, lots of gapping with that squares kit. I was just massively, I've been disappointed. And that's too bad too, because somebody actually wants that piece like to hang in their home. And I know I'm going to have to finish it. Like, I'm going to have to seal it. If I don't seal it, it's just gonna fall apart, and so, a bummer, really bummer. I have some other Dreamer design kits. Most of them are, I don't like that they don't put the, squares or rounds, like, insignia or anything, like, you don't know whether you're working on a square or a round piece until you've started, opened it up. But all of the pieces that I have are from Curtis Reykjavik, whichever however it's said. I got them all together in a bundle, and I'm seeing this, like, piece over here that is totally out of whack. I got them in a bundle and, like, all of them together, and they're all the, like, big-eyed, weird-looking girls, and so I'm really hoping that I'm not gonna have a repeat experience of the one that I'm currently working on. That would be really frustrating, but yeah, I think it's beautiful. I just was really sadly disappointed in the piece that I'm working on. So we'll see what the next one is. I have my favorite one, if you've watched my stash video, is and I do it like the way I do the stash video is like I start with the um like the first ones were unlicensed kits. I'm just like, here's a couple that I have. I didn't show all of my little bitty stupid ones. I don't think, did I? Yeah, I did. Um, but then I move on to, like, the smaller companies and then finish off with Diamond Art Club. So if you're looking for my Dreamer design stuff in the stash video specifically, it'll be the works in progress. There's a couple other outliers and then the Dreamer design stuff. But I have one that's called Sarah, and it's, um, Sarah from The Labyrinth, and she's holding a tiny David Bowie, and oh, if that one is if that one's bad, you guys, I'm gonna cry. I will literally cry my face off because I need that one to be pristine. Ugh. See, and that's the thing too. I'm buying these new kits and the stash video count was 80. That was the final count, and I was like, "Holy crap, I didn't realize I had all of that, but okay." And then I just bought Onahime, uh, restocked on Diamond Art Club. While I'm here, I don't wanna pay for shipping, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get another one. So I got Onahime and I got Medusa from, uh, blank, not Bug. Um, is it Bug? No, it's not Mrs. Butter D. I'm working on that right now. Oh my god, you guys, I've blanked. I've entirely blanked. Oh, yeah, it is Bug. It's Bug. So I got Medusa from Bug, and oh, are you? Whoa. And then tomorrow, I'm definitely buying, don't know how it's pronounced. It's got a really weird name, but the new Morales piece. I'm considering the Yume. And then the Erico piece is absolutely stunning too. The little girl sitting in a cloud, like sitting under a cloud, and then it's all grays and monotone, and then below her is just a pool of color, love it. D'Erico's work is so just intriguing to me. It's always been intriguing to me. And, I was telling my husband, like, with the Yume piece, it's one of the ones where it looks like a regular subject, and then it's, like, breathing, like, it has a plant life or whatever, like, as a breather on the mouth. There's another one by Yume that has, like, the same sort of feel and vibe to it, and then another where you can see, like, the woman's open bones, and there's plant life growing there, and I told him, like, "It's not really my style, uh kinda makes me uncomfortable, whatever." And I'm thinking, like, I should get it because that's why we get art. It makes us feel something. And I understand, like, that's very much speaking on our environment and how we need to get out there and breathe the air. And I'm not that I'm speaking like I know what you may saying, but that's what I get from the piece or pieces. And so because I'm like feeling feelings about it, I should probably get it, right? Like that's what art does. It's a think piece, you know? It's one that I could hang up in my house and somebody could look at it and really feel something or at least experience something. Oh, it was by my stash video. I'm so glad that you found me. So glad. I've noticed that that is definitely got the most views. I figured that would happen. I kind of sort of planned it that way, but um I had to start putting up more content because YouTube didn't know what to do with me at first. They were like, "I don't know who to show you to." I'm like, "Well, diamond painters probably." So I started putting up a couple whipping chats, and I don't know if you guys have watched the whipping chats, but I bear some, personal infos in there, very personal. And then I want to continue to put up content because I feel like I have something at least somewhat important to say. The bear one, oh yeah, very cute. Very, very cute. Um, but I wanted to kind of attack, not attack, but I kind of wanted to go about this YouTube thing with a purpose, and that was to talk about the well, one, to talk about my experiences and my journey, especially where it has to do with sobriety and mental health, because that's what started me on diamond painting in the first place was getting sober and mental health because I think the 2 are ignored far too often, and I figure if I can talk about my sober journey and somebody is, touched by that in some sort of way, maybe it encourages that person to go and seek some assistance for themselves because, oftentimes we think, "I got this, I got this, I got this." So, I'm gonna put up tutorials and I'm gonna put up other things, but I really want to focus on putting out content that talks about mental health and sobriety, and then diamond painting and how the 3 of those kind of correlate with each other. So I hope that that doesn't you know, scare too many people away. I don't think it would. I don't think it would. I'd like to think that me being open and honest with myself and with others is kind of the draw, you know? Um, Also stupid excited because I will be beginning doing sneak peeks for Diamond Art Club. I'm not sure when. I wish I knew more information. I wish I knew. But they're gonna give me monthly sneak peeks until the channel grows a little bit. So I'm like really hoping I can grow the channel weekly. If I only stay up monthly forever, though, that I'm flattered that they asked. I'm super flattered because I'm a brand new channel. You know what I mean? Like they're really giving me a shot, and I am honored to be given that shot. So honored. Um, because I started out my community portion of diamond painting because I was doing it alone. And then I'm like, there got to be more people out there that like diamond painting that I can connect with. I have no friends. I don't have any. My kids are, starting to fly the nest now. So I got to have some friends before I lose my mind. So I started going onto YouTube videos and, commenting on there. But really, my home planet, I guess, my home community is Reddit. And there's a Reddit community on there for diamond painting. And I started out there, and Diamond Art Club can be found on that particular Reddit page and then their own. And, you know, talked about Diamond Art Club all the time to new people, and not pandering or anything, because I really stand behind the product. Like, I wouldn't want to tell somebody to get something that's garbage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm I'm really, really hoping that my Dreamer Designs experience is a little different than the one I'm having now, because I definitely can't recommend that right now. But, you know, I'm I think it's a fluke. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But I'll be doing the sneak peeks and recommending stuff that I believe in, that I fully get behind, you know? There's people that like to go onto Reddit because it's Reddit and start drama, and, like, they'll go on there and they'll slam Diamond Art Club for one reason or another, like, "Oh, their customer service, blah, blah, blah," and they'll tell us their side of the story, but they leave out all of the, "Oh, well, I also cussed out the customer service person in the email, and, told them that I was gonna go on Reddit and tear them up and down," and then when, Diamond Art Club shows up on Reddit and says, like, "Hey, this is only half the story," they get mad about it. Yeah, well, I'm also one of the people on Reddit that ends up defending Diamond Art Club when people are like, "Their customer service sucks." I'm like, "Well, maybe the person you dealt with, but that doesn't mean Diamond Art is a company." Anyway, but yeah, my home community was Reddit. And as weird as it sounds, I don't recommend my YouTube on Reddit, because it confuses YouTube into not knowing who to show me to. So I stopped. I was like, I better just not do that, because people there like to watch all kinds of various stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to keep it to YouTube. Not going to do any advertisement, and I'm going to try and put out content that is in some way useful to people, and that it's quality that people will want to watch. The how to kid up in 10 easy steps. It's serious while also being funny. Like, that's just how I am generally, is to approach things with humor. Oh my god, my one whipping chat that I did, I was in the middle of talking about pessimism, and I, like, literally got drills everywhere, and I'm like, thought about taking that out, and then I'm like, "No, it's human, it's relatable. I'm a klutz." Like, there it is. There you go. There you go. And it landed on the canvas. Oh, I was agitated. Very, very agitated. But I'm just hoping that I can continue to put out some sort of content that people are interested in. I mean, this stash video, thank you. I love the colors in this too. Chantel, it's dreamy. I have this one, and then I got Artist's Room to add to my stash. And it's just, I love the colors. My kiddo has already told me he's taking this and putting it in his room when I'm finished with it. He's like, when you're done with that, can I hang that in my room?" Okay, sure. Take it to college with you. When you eventually go to college, you can take it with you. Because he's a senior in high school this year. And then I have a senior in college too. Um, yeah, I just wanted to put out relatable, you know, good content that people want to watch. I definitely have my favorite YouTubers too. Um, love Katie from Diamonds and Washi, Rachel Ray, um, Emeralds and Fairy Lights, Kat from, oh geez, now let me forget her channel name. Um, I love her accent. Oh, it's so sweet. It's the sweetest. The sweetest. You know what I did with this piece though? Okay, so where you see Kirby over here, and kind of this like peachy, orangey color in here. I didn't realize it, but I swapped them. And I'm like, why am I running so low? It's this symbol that I'll be working on down here. I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to finish. Am I running out of diamonds? Like that's never happened to me before. I've never been low. And then I realized I'm like, wait a minute. I got out my DMC color chart. It took me, I had to pick all of Kirby off. I had to pick off all of this here that you kind of can't see. Um, all of this I had to pick off. I had to pick off all around this thing here. Oh, it was terrible. It was so bad. It took hours, hours, hours and hours. Oh, it was terrible. It's the principal painter. Hello. And thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so stupid excited. I can't even barely contain myself. Like I'm I'm waiting for more information from Olivia with like bated breath. I'm just freaking out. Freaking out. Um Now somebody tell me cats YouTube and Kara's too, honestly. I was watching your video, Kara, earlier. So good. I can't even like I'm gonna spend so much money this weekend. It's dumb. It's so dumb. My husband just rolls his eyes like, okay, well, whatever keeps you going. It's funny too because I used to do cross stitch and I would start so many and then end up not finishing them. So when I wanted to start diamond painting, he's like, this is going to be like cross stitch where you start one and you never finish. Like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I did. I started finishing pieces and he was like, you got it done. I did. I get it done. So then I just kept going. That was like almost 5 years ago now. Back in 2019, I started. Um, yeah, I just want to keep people entertained. I want to act like a dummy if that's what happens at the time. If I dump my drills everywhere, then I dump my drills everywhere or whatever. I find that the people I like to watch are relatable. How many have I completed? Okay. So I didn't write the total in my book. I'll tell you, okay. So I started and I did a bunch to begin with. It was mostly like diamond dots. Because I did one unlicensed piece when I first started, and I was like, what is this garbage that I'm working with? Didn't pick up any more unlicensed for any reason. I did okay. I did one, two, three, four. I've done a bunch from diamond dots. I've done and then I had to like I was working, so I never had time because I was like I was working so many hours, so many hours. So I'd be lucky if I'd get a painting done in a year. I I had started working on oh what one was it? Make a Wish. I started on Make a Wish. Make a Wish is an old one. It's blue and yellow and there's like lotus flowers. If I knew how to put a picture up for the live, I would do it. It's got like lotus flowers and she's in almost like in the clouds. There's shooting stars. It's gorgeous. I started that in 2019 and I finished it in November of this year because I think I started that one in 2019. Pretty sure that was the one that I started. It took me so long. So then I finished that in like November or December. And then because I haven't been working, I've been hammering them out. So I've done 6 paint gem kits, start to finish, all of them in the kit. I've done um I did oh, what is it? Oh, I'm trying to think of the name. She's green. Hold on, I'm gonna go look. I gotta look. Oh, dang it. It's downstairs. Okay, so that one was she's she's green. She's in like a pool of water up to like her nose. And eventually, if I keep talking about it, I'll probably think of the name of it. Um, that one is a that was a 60 by 80, and I slammed through that one. I did an Ah Real Monsters one. I did that one. I did apples. That was my first official large square piece. I did the paint gem pieces, but the first official square piece out of all the years that I've ever done any diamond painting, it was apples from Christopher Lovell. And I did um, Symphony from Dreamer Designs. I did, and this is all since like beginning of this year. I started these pieces and finished them. Um, I did a piece called Dala, a guitar. It's from Diamond Dots. I'd had that one sitting in my stash for probably 3 years. I did that one. I did Cafe at Night, also Diamond Dots. Um, although I think that Diamond Art Club offers a smaller version of that one now, or a larger version of that one now on Amazon. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Um, I and then I started on this one. I was on a live last week, Thursday. And so I've got, wow, it just like went crazy about my hand. From this part to the top, I started and completed. I'm like halfway, almost 3/4 of the way through to the other side, going this direction. And then from here to the top, which is a little more than halfway since last week. Because when I get going on them, I slam them out really fast. But, I've had a lot of free time. So what else have I done? Um, Paint the Moon. Paint the Moon was another piece that I did, the Amazon exclusive from Diamond Art Club. Um, I know I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Oh. The Snow Leopard Eyes. I started, it's called like Snow Leopard Spy or something like that from Diamond Dots. It's a snack size piece. It's not that big. Um, I got that one done. Yeah, I've just been going nuts. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I do have a bunch of whips. I hang them up on the back of our door with it's it's like a I'll show you. It's like a multi-hanger. This thing, it's a multi-hanger that has all of these clips and it's got six. So I can hang like safely anyways because of the weight, because it's not like I mean, it's sturdy, but I usually will hang anywhere from 2 to 3 pieces on each of these clips and then the back of my door. So right now I have going for whips. This one, oh, just touched all over it. This one I have Grand Canal and Basilica Venice, which is massive. I've got that one like a 12th of the way done because it's just so huge. I'm working on Spirit from Dreamer Designs. And then I don't think I have anything else kitted up at the moment. Am I forgetting anything? I don't like to do more than like pieces at a time, 4 pieces. Uh oh, no, I lie. I also have Story Time from Diamond Art Club. The one with the purple dragon. It's got the glow in the dark black drills on it. And that's wonderful and everything, but I don't know if it's because of the age or, if it's I don't know. It's like the diamonds don't hold a glow like very long. I have a UV pen that I use, or a UV pen, a UV flashlight. It's, a good size that I use to charge it up, but then it doesn't stay glowing more than like 40 seconds. So I don't know. I notice they don't put a whole lot of glow in the dark stuff in things anymore. And I wonder if that's why, that because, there's just doesn't hold a lot of glow in it. Maybe if I had a like a black light or something, That'd be trippy. Like a 1990 all over again. But yeah, so I keep them on the back of my door. I picked those hangers up at Walmart for, I don't know, a few bucks, nothing too expensive, but it keeps me from having whips all over the house because, yeah, I have a cart downstairs and then upstairs is where I've been doing my diamond painting. And so the cart downstairs has like the diamonds from my opened kits in it because I was going to do a storage system that I thought was going to be like the right way until I I was opening everything, and then I was storing the diamonds in a 3 stacker drawer thing, and then the paintings I was laying in a huge portfolio bag that I got from Amazon and put those under my bed so that they were flat and open. But then, like, one, I didn't wanna have to open every single piece that I have, because what if I wanna destash it or something? I don't know that there's honestly any more value, quote unquote, in having a piece that's sealed versus a piece that's open as long as all the kit contents are there and whatever. I think more people are interested in the painting than in the contents anyways, but I don't know. I got real weird about opening everything that I had, and so I opened probably, I don't know, 20 to 25 pieces, and then I stopped. I'm like, "Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm done." I'm just reading your comment. Yeah, I and that's the thing. I feel like if I have too many more than what I already have going, that I'll be so, like, I don't know, just like today, I started doing something with Grand Canal and Basilica Venice, and I was like, I just really don't feel like working on squares right now. So I switched over. It's like, I don't want to, if I had 4 pieces going at the same time or 5 pieces going at the same time, I just don't feel like I would get as much done because I'd be so focused on trying to figure out which one I wanted to do next. I have a hard enough time trying to figure out what I want to kit up next. I want to kit everything. Like the Morales for this weekend, ugh, I'm gonna have a really hard time not kidding her immediately. And that's almost my Morales collection completed. I'm still missing Satura. I was literally buying her. She was in my cart. I was working on paying, and she sold out as I was paying for her. So I lost it. That was this most recent restock for Satura, and I was so upset by the fact that she just completely disappeared on me while I was trying to buy her. So when Onahime came out, because they restock in the middle of the night, usually it's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, you'll see restocks happen. And I happened to be online when they put her up for restock. She's still available as of today when I looked this like earlier today, this morning, but I don't know if she's still available. Might be, maybe. But I have Dragon Spirit, I have Onahime, and then I'm gonna get the one tomorrow. And then if I can find a Satura again, I know they're planning to restock her. I just don't know when. It's probably going to be months from now. They're going to be restocking Surreal Blues, which I'm super looking forward to. That's from uh um brain fart. Color Out of Place. They're the same ones that did Try to Follow. So I want to get Surreal Blues when that comes out. Uh I almost had my hands on a Dreamscape, and then the person that I was dealing with on Mercari that was destashing it backed out and decided to keep it, and I was like, "Ugh." Broke my heart, but at least she's working on it and didn't just decide to sell it to somebody else. I only know that because she sent me pictures. I was like, "Alright, you better send me some pictures so I know you're actually working on this piece." Maybe she photoshopped them. They could be somebody else's. I should have asked for her name and on a Post-it or something in the picture. I was bummed, really bummed, because I'm pretty sure Dreamscape, if I remember correctly, is archived. That one is not coming back, but maybe it is. Maybe it's coming back. I'll have to look into that. There's just too many dang pieces that I like, is the problem. I wasn't gonna get Medusa until they restocked Onahime, and I was like, "Well, that answers that question, because I don't like to pay for shipping." Did I save $10? In my mind, I saved $10. In reality, I spent an extra 40 beyond the spent whatever. It's hard, you guys. It's really hard. I had somebody actually like call me out. I posted a picture of my stash, the one that I used um for the photo on video for the thumbnail. I posted that on Reddit, and somebody like really yelled at me that I was peacocking addiction culture. Um, and I took personal offense to that. I'm not going to lie. I really took offense to that, especially because, there's a lot of people that don't understand real addiction. Are there people that go and spend all of their money on diamond paintings more than they can afford? And, you know, yes, there definitely are those people. Oh, I'm glad you got her, cause oh, I was nervous. I just like I said, I happened to be awake when the restock happened, and I was like, "Oh, it's done. It's on." Yeah, and I know that there are people that spend well over what they can afford on diamond paintings, and they just can't stop themselves. I'm gonna move this up a little so you can see. Um, they just, they can't afford it, and they shouldn't be buying more, and it's really like a shopping addiction, but it's not that's not what it is for me. I mean, is it hoarding a little bit? Uh, maybe, maybe, but it's not like taking over my house, or you know what I mean? Like, I've also seen hoarding up close. My mother was a legitimate hoarder. And so maybe there's a lot, but it's not like taking over my whole life and my house, and like we can't move because there's not a path or whatever around my diamond paintings. It's nothing like that. So I don't know. I just took real personal offense to that person telling me I was peacocking addiction or peacocking addiction culture. And I was like, you don't even know what you're talking about. So just sit down and be calm. I was like, stop. But I think, and then, oh, and that was the best part too. They basically treated it like, oh, well, based on your extreme reaction, you understand that what I'm saying is true. And I was just like, basically told them, okay, if you would like to continue this conversation in a private chat, I'm happy to do so. However, like this community, this post is not for that right now. The arguing and the no, I'm not going to do that. So if you'd like to continue this conversation in a private chat, I'm happy to do so, but I'm drawing a boundary right now. I'm done talking to you about this on here. Well, then, of course, they deleted all their comments and had nothing more to say because I didn't want to engage the troll. I felt like I won that argument. Not because they left, but because, like, you just really were trying to bait me just then. I appreciate it, but I'm not doing that today. Today is not that day. Today is not that day. And, like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard not to get baited by people online when like their sole purpose of being there is just to make you feel like ish about the something that makes you happy. And it was like, okay, but if I collected cars, right? Maybe that'd be a different story. Or if I collected, you know, something that I could fit in a binder, that'd be a different story. If I collected, stamps or something, maybe it wouldn't be peacocking addiction culture or whatever. I don't know. I just it really bugged me. It bugged me a lot because all I was doing really was showing people my collection that I've curated and that I've loved for years, you know? I don't know. It just made me really sad. And then it was like, okay, well, I'm done talking to you. Um, and I finish many diamond paintings in the span of a, month or two. So like the 80 that I have in the video, it'll be down by 5. Well, not if I keep buying kits. It'll be down by 5 in no time at all. So, and then when I tried to explain all of these things calmly and politely to the person, they just continued to try to bait me. That's why I ended the conversation. It was just like, Okay, you don't actually want to hear what I have to say. You just really want to argue with somebody online, and I'm not that person today." But, you know, it's I I told them that I chose to take their comments and their criticisms as genuine concern, even if it wasn't. I decided to hear it that way, and I told them, "Thank you for your concern, but you can save that and find somebody else to help out because I'm good." Just especially like I've said, if it wasn't if I didn't understand what real addiction looks like, for real, I would maybe go, "Oh, you could be right. Maybe I should talk to somebody or whatever." But I know what it really looks like. And oh, that was their other thing too. Okay, so we have yes, tomorrow all will be perfect in the world. It'll be done. It will be done. Um, and that's, we have people that use language that's meant to be funny. Like, the what is it? Diamond Painters Anonymous on YouTube. That's meant to be funny. That's not meant to be like, I mean, unless they really do have a problem. I didn't catch that from the videos I watched. But, it's meant to be tongue in cheek, it's meant to be and so they asked me, when people make comments like, "Oh, this is so addictive," or, "Oh, you know, this is my new obsession," like, why don't you yell at them when they say stuff like that? Well, they're not saying it to point it out like it's really a thing. Like I said, yes, there are probably people out there that really do have that problem, but I just felt like, "You're coming for me, why?" I don't know. Boredom, perhaps? Yeah, no, I think tomorrow actually brings okay, I think it might bring my total back up to 80 because since I shot that video, what have I finished? I don't know, I'm trying to think now. Probably not enough. Honestly, okay, and I don't know if this is how it is for you, principal painter, but honestly, like, um content. Okay, so when I'm planning content or when I'm filming content or whatever, because I'm new and if I don't get any videos up, like nobody sees me, right? Nobody recommends me. I'd asked a couple of people if they would be interested in doing a collaboration with me. If you're interested, let's do this. I see you've got a stash to work through. But I thought like maybe do like Fantasy Sparkle Fest or something, and then do something in a month that's kind of quiet or whatever. But I'd asked people about doing collaborations because nobody knows who I am yet. I think they will once I start doing the sneak peeks. I think that's really going to help. But I don't need to be all that my content is sneak peeks. So I've been working on content and I don't get as much painting done because of it because I need to get videos up or people are not they're going to see the stash video and they're like, "Meh, that's who you are. Thanks. Goodbye." So I've been putting up whipping chats and I've been putting up, I did a unboxing and whatever. But it eats up a lot of time to do content. And I think, what people have said about oh, it was Mrs. Coffee had said something about doing the live streams on Twitch because it takes less thought or less not the way she said it. I don't want to put words in her mouth that she didn't say. But essentially to I do this so that I can put content out still and still please the audience without putting so much in it because, like she said, she still has Mr. Coffee and the kids and whatever. There's still life to do besides YouTube. And I mean, I feel that. I do. I've had less time for diamond painting, even though I'm diamond painting all the time. Less time to really like hammer out and finish a project, I guess, is the thing. But anyway, ooh, bummed that up. Now I did it. So yeah, I wanted to at least try to do a live so I could, make sure that I did. Okay. Yeah, I know. I thought about that too. Okay. Have you watched, oh, let me forget her name. I swear to God, I hit 40 and like all of my memory is gone. Just totally gone. Um Lisette Crafts and Tells is her username. She did a detox from her stash, and in the detox, she does all of her kits, every one of them, 48, I think it was, that she told herself, "I will not buy another kit until I have detoxed my entire stash." Wow. She said it took her 28 months. Really interesting videos. And she talks about kind of her plans going forward. And she was saying that, like, for content creators, if you're getting free stuff from wherever, your Timu or Diamond Art Club, like, if you're getting kits, then, what are your plans for those kits? Are you gonna them forever? Are you going to destash them? If you're not going to do them, why hang on to them? So I really thought about that, honestly, when oh, wow, my dog's barking, I don't know if you heard him. I have a Pyrenees, um, so he barks professionally, like, as a job. He barks at leaves, he barks at, people, he barks at sounds he hears in the nighttime, he barks at other dogs, he just barks at everything, like, literally barks at grass growing. But, they're guard like, they're that's what they're supposed to do is bark for every reason. So occasionally when I'm filming, I have to like pause filming because I have to wait like, okay, this is one that's going to go on for 10 minutes, or if it's a quick bork bork, then we're okay. I Yeah, with Lisette, she also said that she is not going to be doing much for filming because that wasn't really the point of, she wanted to film her journey, but she didn't necessarily want to be a content creator. And I have a lot of respect for that. I have a lot of respect for that. If that's not your vibe, if that's not your thing, um, I honestly started the YouTube, like I said, because I wanted to talk about mental health and diamond painting because it has done wonders for my life. Like the amount of coping skills I have attained and the fact that I understand that I have patience that I didn't believe that I had, or willpower, or whatever. It might not seem like it, I guess, with, kits or whatever to people, but again, it's such a different situation. And I wanted to talk about just the realities around all of it. That's why I started the YouTube. And then I when I went to get treatment, I cut basically everybody out of my life. Shut down all of my social media. I have a Facebook now with one singular friend on it, a diamond painter that I met. But it's not my real name, and so, I don't have any connections to people, and this has really helped me build a community, and so I wanted to kind of roll it all together, and I figure I have stuff to talk about. I could do it. I could do it. And, I think diamond painting is also going to help me really through the next like step of my journey as a parent, and as my hobbies become a little less physical. And I mean, I'm physical. I walk like in nice weather. I walk like 6 miles a day. I have to. If I don't remain moving, I'll lose my mind. But, I I just feel like I'm gonna be able to use diamond painting for the next sort of stages as I try to get used to not having kids to take care of or cook dinner for every day or, those sorts of things. Like just finding a peace in being myself and being by myself because I've not had that ever in my lifetime. Oh, I will. I'll check it out, Chantel. Literally subscribe to basically just diamond painting YouTubers. So I love adding new people to the collection. I like whipping chats. I've watched plenty of tutorial videos too, just because you never know. There's so many new things out there. I see people using those rollers. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I bought one like on a lark. I was like, meh, let me try this roller. No, no, not when I could multi-place about 3 times as many diamonds in about a quarter of the time. But I see people using those or people that, they diamond paint only with tweezers, a set of tweezers. I'm like, you are nuts. I don't know what you do professionally, but you should see somebody professional. 'Cause yikes. I couldn't. I could not. That's too much patience that I don't have. Um, but oh, sorry, bumped you. Where I am right now, it is probably if it's yeah, it's midnight where I'm at. I'm in Wisconsin, where we don't know what our weather is lately. We had a day where it was 70 degrees during the daytime and it dropped to 20 degrees overnight. I don't get it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Principal painter, thank you. Because I've been lonely, just really lonely. I want to make friends and like do things that don't involve just focusing down on work like I was doing. Like that was the wrong way to go about it. Nobody should work as many hours as I was working. It's not human. Like it's superhuman. It's just supernatural. The human body is not designed to go, 70 hours in a week working, just constant working. And it'd be different if it was like office job. Oh, I can sit for 70 hours. No, it was taking care of elderly people and, you do all the things that surrounds that. It's the cooking, it's the cleaning, it's the, helping with daily activities, dressing and teeth brushing and all the stuff. All the stuff. But I don't know if you had caught uh Miss Principal Painter that I'm going to be starting as a teacher's aide. I'm going to be working specifically at a school, a specialized school for kids with autism and other disabilities. I'm really super excited. Really, really super excited about that. It'll be a different vibe than what I've been doing, and I will be able to work with kids from a different, like background, and I'll be able to um, start at the other end of the spectrum instead of with elderly. I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoyed your live so much the other night. Um, you know, I give so much credit to teachers. My daughter, well, my oldest, she started out in college. She goes to a liberal arts college and had kind of thought that what she was going to do, she wanted to be a musical therapist and work with disadvantaged kids. Um, Problem with that is most of the people that can afford to utilize a musical therapist, unfortunately, are those people who are not disadvantaged. And so she was thinking, like, what's the best way that I can feel like I'm servicing my community or, what have you? And she's decided instead to become a music teacher. And I think she's going to be so good at it. We need more good teachers. We have good teachers. I so many good things to the teachers in my life. And I still keep in contact with teachers that I had from when I was in high school because they had such an impact on me. The first the first person to ever really like make me feel like an important human being was always my teachers, always. Like yes, parents are important obviously, but um the connection that a kid has with their teacher and ultimately too with their principal is really really important. I've had some fantastic principals. My high school principal actually, he designed a program here in the town where I live called School Within a School, and it's essentially like a it was before charter schools really even existed, and it was like charter school within our high school. So I was a part of the charter school because my biggest issue was just the fact that I never fit in with anybody, like just lots of reasons. But I didn't fit in where I was going to high school. My teachers in that program were the most affecting. And then the my eventual principal was the one who started that program in our district. And I mean, I he was at first it was weird because before he became principal, he was an AP and he was my counselor, like my guidance counselor. And so, most kids don't utilize their guidance counselor, especially high school aged, don't utilize their counselors as much as they should. But he was one that I'd go in and talk to him before school. I'd go in and talk to him after school. So when he became the principal of our high school, it was like just wonderful. He did such wonderful things for our high school. I can't imagine the district that you said that you were like the 1500. I can't even. Wow, that would be really hard. Really, really hard. It's like, how do you focus? Like you were saying, like smaller district, their names, their parents, all the things. I can't even imagine going to a metropolitan district and having to try and swim in those waters. That's a lot. It's a lot. So I kudos for that for sure. Um, I was military brought up. My dad was military. And so most of my I think I became kind of a teacher's pet because of that, because, it was harder for me to engage and become friends with the students because I just didn't spend a lot of time around kids. I was always around adults. And so I would always spend time with the teachers because, that's who I felt like I related the most to. And then my mom had a lot of issues, but we did a lot of moving around. So aside from the 2 years that I went to the same high school and the 3 years that I went to the same middle school, I went to a different school, sometimes two to three different schools in a school year. So, ugh, lots and lots of schools that I've gone to. I'm used to the uprooting the life and moving around, so when I became an adult, I was like, "I'm never moving. I don't hope my, house doesn't because otherwise I'm gonna have to live in the yard. I refuse to move." I refuse. I flat refuse. Um, but I've liked living in the same place. My kids have enjoyed not having to move anywhere, that's been nice. Staying in the same district and oh, I bet you did. I bet you poured over yearbooks. I'd have to. I would have to. So I'm really looking forward to starting this adventure. Some of the some of the facilities that they have for the kids at this school are really phenomenal. They have one room, it's called the bubbler room, and it has like really low lighting. There's a hammock in there. There's this swing in the middle of the room that's like a square, and it's connected to the ceiling so it can like swing all around. Um in the corner of the room, there's like this little like cave. I don't know what else to call it. It's a tent, but it's not a tent because it's attached to the wall. And the kids can go climb into the tent. There's in the other corner of the room is this huge tube filled, and I mean the tube is this big around, easily this big around, filled with water, and they constantly have bubbles going through it so that it sounds like bubbles in the room, and it's one of their, like, relaxation rooms, like, one of their, uh, what do they call them? Not a timeout room, because it's not a timeout, but they can request to these different rooms or cubbies or whatever. They have cubbies all over the building. Like, you go down a hallway and there's this little indent in the wall with, like, padded, and enclosed spaces with beanbag chairs that they can just go into these little cubbies whenever they're overstimulated in class or whatever, and they can go into these cubbies and just deconstruct, I guess. I don't know what better word to use for that. They can just really get their minds back into it, take a 5-10 minute break, come back when they're not as overwhelmed. Um, I noticed though that there's a lot of destruction that happens. Like, she was showing me, here's the place where a kid kicked in the wall, or here's a place where the kid busted a window or whatever. Obviously, that's gonna happen, but, for the most part, it's just really cool, really, really cool. I was concerned a little bit that most of the other teacher aides for the school are really young adults, like, between the ages of probably 20 to 25, just only because, I feel like, having worked in healthcare, certain people, they really think that they wanna work with people, and then they have, like, these power trips, and they feel like, I need to be in control of the situation, and therefore I need to be in control of the kid or the person." So they were telling me, like, "Sometimes you gotta back off, you can't take things too personally." I'm like, "No, I get it. I totally get it." So, I'm just interested to see how that goes, because, honestly, it could be a disaster. Just hoping that I don't have to tell too many people, like, "You should probably go take a break." Because people I know, at least in where I worked, they'd get really offended if you would tell them, like, "Hey, you really seem like you're super stressed. You should probably go and grab a soda or something and just walk away." They'd get offended, like I was telling them that they were crappy at their jobs, and it's like, "No, every person has a patience limit that." Yeah, 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 cool down room. Um, everybody has a patience limit that they reached. Even me. I have pretty endless patience, but even I know that sometimes I've gotta walk away. Like, "Okay, I'm not gonna win this argument. They're not gonna stop arguing, so I'm just gonna leave the situation and let it de-escalate." De-escalate was the word I was looking for, not deconstruct, you silly lady. Um And so, I'm stoked. I'm not super stoked about the commute, if I'm being honest. I just not really loving the idea of having to commute 35 minutes to and from work, but I actually kinda like the idea of having that, 35 minutes, hour in the car every day to myself, the way there and the way back, because that's when I start listening to, you know, YouTube whipping chats and stuff. But yeah, seriously though, if you are interested in a collaboration, let's do it. I'm down. Let's go. I gotta get through some of this stash. And I I wanna have something. And I'm not probably as connected as you are with other people's. I know you got like the Dakota-thon going on. Um, so obviously, like, I'm happy to. I do not own a single Dakota Detweiler. I don't even know how that's possible. I was looking. So I was like, what could I do for Dakota-thon? Like, I don't have anything. So I got to pick something up or miss out, which, if it happens, it happens. But um, I don't have anything. I'm shocked. I'm beside myself. Um, I love her artwork. I know, like, anything that I was looking at for E-stash for Dakota Dotweiler, unfortunately, goes for so much. Like, Spirit of Flight is a gorgeous piece. I have Spirit of Flight in a puzzle, actually. Um, but it's so people are wanting too much for D-stash Dakota Detweiler, and I don't know that there's anything specifically available, right? Does she does she license outside of Diamond Art Club? I know she has. I know that I could get I think I saw that she's got stuff going with, like, Diamond, what is that? The UK one. Diamond Art UK, maybe? Because I know, Katie's done comparison videos, but I don't know if that's current or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, I was really kinda surprised I didn't have a single Dakota Detweiler in all of my stash because her art style is very much my bag, you know? Um, and then there's the jaded jamboree going on. I have a jade piece, like, that I've been waiting a long time for. Lunar New Year messed a lot of stuff up for oopsie, there's my dog. Here he goes boofing. Hold on one moment. Let me go stop him from boofing. Okay. His name is Beans, and he's a pain in my bottom. He probably just heard a noise. Um, but yeah, so I just everything that's been ordered from a smaller distributor has taken longer because of the Lunar New Year and everybody's kind of suppliers being in China. Um, it's just not it's not been good for ordering diamond paintings. Okay, she's exclusive. Okay. So then anything else that might be out there is either going to be just de-stash or outright stolen, and I won't buy that. So won't do it. Um, oh, for cross stitch. Yeah, and my husband probably would laugh if I even thought about buying a cross stitch now. He's like, no. He knows I won't finish it. It'll just sit and do nothing and be sad. And her work is too pretty to leave it sitting sad in a baggie somewhere. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the Jaded Jamboree. That also is going on for 2 months. And then I was gonna try and do Summer with the Masters. Because last year I very quietly participated. I didn't really comment on anything. I didn't say much of anything. I did oh, what is the piece called? It's uh Irises by Monet. Is that what I did? Irises by Monet. And this year, I think just because I probably still have a bunch of these works in progress going on, random stuff, whatever. I thought I would do a small Mona Lisa for Summer with Masters. And then I don't know. I'll probably change my mind and then get something big and stupid because that's what I do. Just kind of depends on what I've got going for that time period. I could probably save room and not kit up like 4 pieces at that time and be a smart person, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna finish up this little section here. I've got this little white spot and then this one here, and then I'll probably sign off and call it a pretty successful live, I think. I made it, nothing broke, my dog freaked out, that was not good, but I would call that I think. And then yeah, we'll have to plan another one. I was thinking I would do lives on Thursdays and Saturdays, one for Twitch Thursdays and then YouTube maybe Saturday night lives. But we'll see. We'll see what I've got the energy for once I work with kids. Driving me nuts in a good way. All right, what letter is that one? I love this piece so much. So much. And I'm really like, especially because it's rounds, I'm just kind of slamming through it. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Is that a custom that you must have gotten from her? I love Adele. My daughter sings Adele so well. I'm like, ugh, just love her music. I love her whole vibe. She's got a gorgeous voice. I love that she's a real sized human being and, she just talks body positivity. Like, she's just a lovely human generally. Her message, her music. Can't wait to see that. Are you going to be doing like just photo updates with that? Or are you going to put that into Whip and Chat or anything? See, I wanted to do a post review for March of all the pieces that I'd gotten done, but so many. Okay, this is the weirdest thing, right? You never hear of it. The two pieces that I completed, Apples and Symphony, that were my main big pieces that weren't just like paint gem stuff, uh, sold. Somebody bought them from me, and like for a good number too, not like $10. She paid a lot for them. I was shocked. Like, I don't know that I've heard of anybody successfully selling any diamond paintings, really. Maybe at a, local craft fair or something, but not to somebody online. So that was weird. And that took away like the two main big pieces that I finished. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do a post review with just a bunch of paint jam. So I'll do one for April though, once I get some works done. All right, guys. Well, it looks like my little section is finished. Thank you so very, 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 very much for hanging out with me while I work on Catch Me from Diamond Art Club. And I hope to catch you in the future. Maybe leave a like or a comment. Subscribe if you like subscribing to things. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.